Then we're just using the raw natural lighting, like when I do my Patreon.
So if this is where we're starting the podcast, as soon as we got an actual cool looking setup to occur, tragedy struck.
The lights start working?
The light. So I was putting away the light so we could play, I think, Mario Party.
Okay, real.
And when I closed the legs on it, it literally, like a pair of scissors, cut the wire in half.
Oh.
On the light. I don't know how that was even possible.
This has been a week.
Literally just right through it while it was plugged in. So I could have perished.
Why is there a hole in Venusaur's thing? I don't like that.
I don't
want to.
Don't finger Bulbasaur.
I'm not Heracross.
I forgot about that scene.
It happens multiple times. It's a running gag. It is. Oh, well,
so we have all the Kanto starters now. Yeah. We still only have the 2 goats from Johto. Yeah. And a Butterfree. And a Rockruff. You can see how I cared, and then like by the time it's over there, it's gone. I'm gonna Mew. Oh, and Mew. Meow. Sits above everyone else. Welcome,
false idol. All praise Arceus.
Welcome to Totally Oblivious. I'm your host, Caleb.
Oh my God, we're like one host away from this being like really legit. It's because what? This is episode 182. 182. Wow.
Took us 182 episodes.
Wow, and
to
even
get
our
to this
hieroglyphic scribbles are still back here.
Oh, Colby didn't erase them.
Yeah.
Real. Anyway,
we have 2 whiteboards now.
I think this one was already Colby's. I guess he just brought it in here. So yeah, we can technically have 2.
Wow.
We have access to 2 whiteboards.
Wow.
Well, anyway,
it's spooky month.
Spooky. But first news, which I guess is kind of spooky.
On what part?
It's more spooky that I'm going to start off with this one because it's weird that literally I have not seen anybody talk about it since it happened.
Okay.
But you heard about that, the church that got shot at and then burned down?
I did, yes. Yes, I did.
That's actually insane.
Hold on.
Like,
my OCD was kicking in.
Perfect.
Everybody can stand still. Yes, I did. And what part? Hold on. The fucking shorts I wear today were not the right ones. All the Dickies in my house are just one size too small. And even if I did lose like 20 pounds, they still wouldn't be uncomfortable.
It won't work anymore.
No, I do not like Dickies. They're not even mine. But what part of it?
Just all of it is just crazy that it even happened.
And it's the first time I've ever seen anybody defend a Mormon. Is that the crazy part? That's where I went first. I said, oh, now Mormonism is under the hood. So under the umbrella. I'm like, that's
what's crazy though, is at the same time, people were still they were finding bodies inside the burned down church. People were still like, they're not real Christians. It's like, do you not know what Christian even means?
No, it's over the past few months of this whole political fucking circus as it is, it's just showing to us it's people want to pick favorites. It's all it is.
Yep.
People like want to anything that fuels the agenda. Because on top of that, what was crazy is somebody found the guy supported Trump back in in 2020, and then
go figure,
and everybody was like, no, that's not the real picture. This is the real picture. And then it's clearly photoshopped. And then second off, there's a whole real screenshot of the actual thing on the wife's Facebook or whatever or Instagram. It's so on Twitter everybody's just lying. Twitter is a classic. Oh, I can't wait to get a PhD in psychology and analyze the internet. I can do it. I can analyze it as of right now. It's just a massive giga fucking echo chamber. It's not even.
It's bad.
It's terrible. I only stay on there because, like, you know, that's where I get all my JoJo news because, like, really fast. But it is so ridiculously bad, and I can also tell some of them are bots. They're trying to feed an agenda, and it's just like it's terrible. Of course, what happened to the LDS church, you know, it's tragic.
It's just sad. Like, honestly, like, it's just sad that we're at a point in the world that this kind of stuff is still happening. That people are still, just killing people indiscriminately.
So like, I do have to say this though. There is some hope in this. This is the weird part. So after that, as of yesterday, yesterday, because I took the cabbage afterwards. The generals of the United States did not applause to anyone at that meeting. If you do not know, there was a very controversial meeting where admirals and generals of the U.S. military were all in one spot, publicly announced to the world. So major risk aside from that, where Pete, whatever the fuck his last name is, fucking what a joke as a
clown,
absolute clown of Department of Defense or Department of War, and Trump were talking to these admirals, and they will never be able to do a fascist coup because the entire military, all the generals, are just like
what?
Mm-hmm. No clap. They clapped one time for a guy that they work with. Like, he announces, like, and now speaking is Peter Hegsbreth and fucking Donald Trump, and that's the only time they went. After that, nothing. And I kind of wanted to watch the whole video here, but you can slowly see psychologically with the body language with Pete, because he was the first one to talk, that he was like, "Oh, I'm not.
They don't like me very much.
I'm not in control here. Like, if I said something, I don't think they'd listen. If I gave the order to shoot like a civilian crowd, I don't think they would reject the order." And then Trump is fucking tone deaf, and he's just like the whole time. But it's like, it's clearly obvious. It gives me hope that at least when it comes to the highest branch of the military, it's like, okay, thank God. They know this is a mistake, and this is all one grand. I have to say it. Knowing my knowledge, is one giant extinction burst. Do you know what an extinction burst is?
Explain it. So,
hold on. I'll Google it just to refresh myself. Hold on. That's a wiener dog on a treadmill. So real TikTok. This is a AI overview thing. Just a real quick hit the burst. An extinction burst is a temporary increase in the frequency, intensity, or duration of behavior that occurs when the reinforcement for that behavior is first removed. It is a common and predictable part of the extinction process in behavioral psychology. So what the idea here is, all this crazy alt-right wing stuff is going to come to an end.
It's like the death throes.
It is going to TV or media. If you ever seen like a person die and they go, or that is what, in a grander scale, what this is. It's like, it's clearly obvious that it's failing. Only the genuinely the stupid are a part of the right. It genuinely seems like that, and it's coming to an end. Everybody's tired. Nobody likes. The base intelligence of humanity has evolved to such a point where it's clearly obvious that, well, there might be one or two conservative opinions that I go, might have a point. They're not like the absolutely most like butt fucking sane ones. So it's clearly being seen that it's the right is eating itself out. It's quite literally doing an Ouroboros, another term there that a person on the right will not be able to analyze without a description. It's dying. You're seeing more killings of more white guys doing stuff. So it's just like, at what point do do you do any of this? And on top of that, official government websites are saying the radical left is stopping the government from functioning with the government shutdown. Have you seen that or no?
I know about the shutdown, but I didn't know that they're trying to blame the left.
Yeah, but like it's just like it's the left. I'm like, you have control over all three branches of government and the Supreme Court. So this is clearly not an issue. And I know one of the bigger deals is like healthcare to aliens, but it basically boils down to some aliens can get healthcare, but it's only ones that we permit. Mm-hmm. So it's not even illegal aliens. It's just an alien.
Legal immigrants.
Yeah, it's basically just my grandpa getting healthcare. My grandpa, who has lived here for 40 years, has not got his citizenship. He's barely doing it as of now.
Now's probably not the best time.
I know. And apparently my aunt's been doing all this thing to get his citizenship. And I go, it's taking you that long. I know you're seeing the Bulbasaur. It's really... Bulbasaur, why do you have a hole in you? It's... God damn it. Hold on. I'm gonna swap you.
But no, I did see, though, today... I don't know if this is real. Because again, came from TikTok, but it was an ad for calling for all Washington citizens, especially those in Seattle, basically a Helldivers propaganda ad, but for ICE.
What do you mean? Like
they're saying join ICE.
Oh, they're not getting paid either, or they are. They have a budget, but it's like. You're also a government worker. You know this also affects you too. It will not happen in Seattle. You will.
No.
No. I've been there in all different parts. There are some conservatives there, but they're not Eastern Washington conservatives. They're more like...
Even in Eastern Washington, these people could not give... Well, for one, the majority of the population over here is Hispanic. Already. So you're going to have a hard time bringing in ICE over here when they literally looking at the general populace, everybody's basically brown.
Yeah.
So ICE, I don't really think has any foothold in Washington.
No.
So that's probably why they're putting out those ads if they're real, is because they have no foothold here.
Yeah, no, it's just all a death. It's an extinction burst. They are trying so hard to push an agenda that maybe, the Red Scare, that type of stuff, it worked back then. But now it's like, dude, we all want like basic healthcare and minimum wage to go up, man. And like things to be like less expensive, trains, so on and so forth. It's like you can't win anymore with older mentalities, and even then with like the new alt-right and the new alt-left, that whole meme that I've been seeing on TikTok. It is so different now in terms of like media consumption that the old way of doing things, to use the proper word, conservative way of doing things, just isn't going to work anymore. You can't just go, the brown people, we're all brown.
Pretty much everybody here is brown at this point.
We're all
brown or brown adjacent.
Yeah, my brother is friends with multiple black people. I am friends and coworkers with multiple black YouTubers. My girlfriend is brown. And all my white friends that I know are not conservative. Sure, they might say a slur here or two, but that's just gamer talk in the VC.
They're not like
gotta get the Browns. No, it's just not working. And then you see what was happening in some farming places and the whole big beautiful bill. It's like no one's gonna forget this era. Like the classic case of Americans forgetting. It's not. We still want to know about the Epstein files. Everybody know the big beautiful bill, and at the end of this administration is going to have problems. It's going to, and everybody knows where it's going to come from. It's going to come from this administration. You can no longer blame things on Obama. I'm sorry, and maybe you can. I saw some people arguing about Medicare and that, going back to the whole like well, technically legal aliens here might be able to get healthcare. And it's just like, well, Medicaid never helped me. I'm like, you know why it never helped you? It's because every state did it differently. The girl in Washington versus the girl in Kentucky have completely two different healthcare systems. Do you think universal healthcare is just like free health? No, it's like, it's the base foundation of all states and how things should be ran, what qualifies, et cetera, et cetera. It's like every state has different qualifications. And like the people who say, oh, my premiums went up. It's just like, yeah, because you're doing stupid shit. You're not following the correct things. And if they did go up and you're on Medicaid, that means that more people went to that hospital because they got more help. That means, this is the fucked up part, that means it worked. If your premium went up because of Medicaid, that means more people in your community went to the hospital because of it.
They needed the healthcare.
Yeah, you shot yourself in the foot there. You're complaining and getting mad because people got more resources. Now, well, how would that help? How would universal healthcare help you out? Is they would lower those premiums for everybody. Like so on and so forth. There's ways to do that. That's what people wanted to do. That affected a lot of people because everybody started going to those places, so on and so forth, because it got better. That's what supply and demand is. So we're at the end of an era in terms of American politics. This is the last extinction burst, death gasp of the 60s. It's like people want to move on. People can clearly see, thanks to the internet, who is and who isn't the bad guy. It's clearly obvious what it is. And maybe I slightly agree with the conservatives and the whole, like, should, like, legal aliens get health care and all that stuff? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? At that point, is it a left or a rights issue or more of a
moral issue?
A moral issue. And I go, that's a bit different. That's a whole step above. And I go, I don't know. I have to see arguments on both sides. Do I think everybody should get access to it? I go, yeah. Maybe, but if you're part of the country, not part of the country, maybe you take a backseat to, Joe Schmo who's been living here for his whole life. I don't know. It's like, do we have seniority over healthcare? I don't know. It's just, I have to see the arguments. But like, aside from that, it's just like, it doesn't work anymore.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Spooky month.
Spooky month. Orange tangerine. Yeah.
Anyway. Spooky month. We like spooky month. I love spooky month on this channel. And Alex, what did you come up with an idea for a spooky month topic to start off the month?
This month, other than the collapse of the 90s empire in America, not particularly this year, but I
do have an episode idea that I put in the archives that I think would work for spooky month. If you don't have one,
I do not. I was probably going to wait on later.
This episode is death.
Oh,
we're going to talk about.
I guess the extinction burst was on topic then.
The extinction burst was on topic because today's episode we're going to be talking about last words. The final
Clear
words.
My browser history.
My browser history. So
you gotta look up some fucking crazy shit to clear your browser history. He's like, what the hell?
What did you look up?
Nothing. I'm good. That wouldn't be my last words.
All right. Well,
looking up last words people said. Is that
we can talk about just famous last words of just the last things people say when they die, which will probably be spoiler alerts for if we talk about anything. Spoiler alert right now, like last words for like Arthur Morgan's last words.
God, what was Arthur?
Wasn't it? I gave you all I had, Dutch.
I don't think those were one of his famous last words. I think he said something else. I think he said something else after that.
Let's see.
I think so because I think he fucking shit talks Micah at the end.
Morgan's last words.
That one always hits hard.
His last words were, "I ain't got too much to say no more."
And then he died.
I've been seeing a lot of clips of Red Dead lately. It always pops up this time of year. People
does.
start playing it again.
People like playing it in the winter for some reason. It's a very winter game. I played it in the winter a few years ago too. It's just the vibe.
It came out end of October in 2018, so just always on the anniversary, people are like, you know what?
I'm gonna play it.
Time to play this one again. Yeah. Famous last words.
How many do Goku have?
How many times has Goku died?
I think it's 3, right?
I think
it's
died to Raditz, died to Cell, died to Hit.
He was recitated on that one. I don't think that one.
So 2.
Is it 2? And then he technically dies at the end of GT, if you want to count that.
That's true.
I think it's 3 or 2. Krillin has the most, I think. This is funny.
Krillin just keeps dying. He might be tied, or Piccolo might be tied with him now, though.
Maybe. I can't remember.
Piccolo died in the Resurrection F arc.
What was the last words of George Washington? That's a good one.
George Washington.
Keep it on the political stuff. One of my goats. Other than don't form a 2-party system, dies, immediately starts a 2-party system.
They're like, well, we're going to do... Wow.
What?
George Washington's last words, 'tis well. That was all he said.
'Tis well. Ugh. That's kind of crazy. I thought... You don't really think about your last words before you kind of go, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing that is... just distinct to humanity, that we even have that as a concept, that our final things that we say before we die, like just bizarre. Because like, what do you say at the end?
Shit, it's been a good ride. I don't know. It's I don't even know if I would have a proper like last word moment.
Because then at that point, wouldn't just whatever you said last, just in a conversation, would then be your last words?
I think so.
If you don't have like a...
It's more of a trope to say
moment.
To say to somebody before you kill them. It's more like that.
Any last words?
Fuck you.
That's a good one.
Yeah. It's a way to disrespect the system. I don't know. It's kind of fucked up if you think about it. Because we're thinking about it in like... I'm going away peacefully into the end. But then, like, if you really want to think about it, it's like, what were some of the Jews' last words before they died? What were some of the Palestinians' last words before they died? What were some of the last words of the French people as Vikings slaughtered them?
You know what?
Stuff like that.
You know what I think is probably one of the most common last words for most people before they die?
Oh, God, I fucked up.
No. Goodbye.
Probably.
Like, saying bye to whoever... like is leaving, or you're leaving the house, saying bye to your mom, or saying bye to your significant other, or you're saying bye to your kids, and then before you know it, you die.
Low key, bro, I got an aura farm before I die.
You got an aura farm?
Play the Piccolo theme.
Piccolo really did aura farm before he died in GT.
He really did.
Like the greatest aura farming moment he could possibly have.
He always was doing something. Always.
Literally, his death was unnecessary too.
What were Jesus' last words on the cross? I'm curious.
I should know this, but I don't remember.
God, I don't remember.
It's a very good quote.
Is it Father? They do not know what they.
I think it was.
I won't lie. It's a bar. I don't remember the whole sentence.
Last words of Jesus on the cross, often referred to as the 7 last words, are as follows: Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing.
I won't lie. That one's a bar. That one's a bar.
That one's
hard.
That's such a good last word, because like it's profound, especially for how he lived his life throughout his entirety of existing. Just was a good person, and then they kill him.
You know what?
It's like God was just so angry, ready to just smite. That's a crazy thing. Is like even God was unaware of how
You guys actually
awful
killed him?
People were gonna be.
What the fuck?
Why are you doing that? The fact that they let a murderer off the cross so they could kill Jesus is insane.
I have to reread the Bible again. It's in my house. I'm gonna do it for Steel Ball Run. I'm gonna reread the whole New Testament for a video because I want to be like, how accurate is Jesus in Steel Ball Run? So I will do it. But it's genuinely insane. And it is crazy how much the Jews have tripped themselves over and over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah. How do you in the Old Testament go from having all these kings constantly fuck up to then the Persians showing up and then just not learning from like half the prophets going, guys, we are fucking this up again.
We need to stop.
Oh my God, I forgot what part of the fucking Old Testament it was.
It's almost like a just a reflection of humanity as a whole.
Yeah.
Just no matter what,
again, people and again
constantly will not learn their lessons.
And you know what? Speaking on it too, it is so weird. To even get to the whole like last word thing in some cases. Being like, the classic example guy with a gun, what are your last words? It is so weird how we get to that point in the first place. Because it's so like, people really, really, really want to kill another person. Like, it's almost too common. Because like what you just said, they got a murderer off a cross to put Jesus on there. They thought his blasphemy was worse than murder. And I don't want to compare it to it, but I will say it's all like, or maybe I should. How do I want to phrase this in my head? His opinion and what he said against the Jewish people about what he was doing, what he said, was so crazy to them they'd kill him for it. And all he was saying was, bro, just love everybody. Don't be an asshole. Just stop. Stop with the whole Jewish law.
It's almost like we hear that again today.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you could make comparisons to certain people, but it's the content of the character you have to remember. It's like Jesus spent his whole life, supposedly, just chilling out. And at the very end, at 33, was just like, everybody's forgiven of their sins. Don't worry about it. Just live your life. Don't be an asshole. Follow the 10 Commandments, but don't get really crazy into the whole ritual thing and yada yada yada. And then it's just like, you are too radical for the time. Like, if you really think about it, his basic like human comprehension. Maybe Jesus was ahead of his time. You ever think about that? Like, not to compare us to Jesus, but like
he 100% was.
Yeah, like, just imagine. I don't go up to a black guy or like an Arabian guy nowadays and be like, sinner, or like,
you sinned
or something.
Anybody in general.
Anybody,
I'm like, sinner.
I'm like, you're a bad person. Like, off rip. It's just like, Jesus was chill, man. What are we doing?
It's like,
what are we talking about?
You know what? What if we all just ate fish and bread?
If ate fish and bread, chill out. Not do any sin. It's like, there we go.
It's pretty good.
And then they said kill him.
They're
crazy.
Like, man, how dare you be such a nice person?
How dare you blasphemize Jewish law?
Genuinely, at the end, like, if you look at it, like, blanket over, Jesus literally died because he died a nice person. Didn't do anything to be
only time he ever crashed out was for people in his house.
People were in his house selling stuff, and he said,
"What the fuck?
Why are you doing this?
Get out of my house!
Stop! This is not what this is for. Leave.
You can go out to the street and do this. Why does it have to be in my house?
Like, justified.
Yeah, it was crazy.
The one Jesus crash out was absolutely justified.
Chat, was this a
justified crash out?
Yeah, it's crazy on that. You know what? And here's one. Last words. I want to know Hitler's last words, and we will never know. He took that fucking pill. Did he blow his brains out or he took a pill? I can't remember.
Blew his brains out.
That's right. He fucking pulled the trigger.
Hitler's last words reportedly included, "I'm ending it today."
That's it?
As he prepared to take his own life on April 30th, 1945.
He could have said, fuck the blacks or something. Like, really? That's how you go out?
You know, Hitler was what we would call today
a bitch.
Yeah.
Man, you didn't stand on what you said. I know more gangster motherfuckers who stand on business than you do, bro.
I mean, the fact that he, went out the way he did rather than just...
shows the content of his character.
He just showed the content of his character at the end of the day.
Wait, didn't he... How did it work with his wife or other people? Did they take pills and wife? I don't know how the whole Nazi party was genuinely insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We have a whole episode talking about how insane they were.
I look back fondly on that episode because it just shows me, Jesus Christ, some of these people were insane.
Like, they were just genuinely bonkers.
Like, I've been rewatching JoJo on Patreon, and I'm on part 2. And then they're like, they talk about the occult and what they do, and it's like, oh my god, like I've watched so much anime and so much history, and I just look at this and go, this is real. This isn't like some crazy like Black Ops or like. Or JoJo's like plot twist or something. No, that's happened. That was real. They were sacrificing and making religious rituals science.
The fact that the major plot points of Indiana Jones are based in reality.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. And also in JoJo's, the Nazis finding the Pillar Men and awakening them completely
backfired.
Well,
they were bound to wake up, but
it was completely accurate to what the Nazis would have done if the Pillar Men were real in reality.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, they would have touched and been like, Wama would have been like, what in the fuck are you doing here? Why are you here before my alarm goes off? That's basically that whole scene happens. He gets too close to Wamu, and Wamu was like, huh. What are you here?
Why are you here?
And then just ices all of them. It's like, it's crazy. That's that whole...
Juices all of them.
He does. He fucking strings them all together in a crazy speed feat and just... Wild. Absolutely insane. I don't know. Who else? You want to know... You know one I want to know? These are 2 of them. I want to know what Genghis Khan's last words were and Alexander the Great. I think we know what Alexander the Great is, but it's like... his is weird. I need to get back on the Alexander the Great history books and stuff like that, because his is so weird, because it's he either feels like a failure at the end or there's something that goes on, and it's really like perplexing with him.
Oh, Genghis Khan he spits bars for his last words.
Real. What are they?
He says, "Let not my end disarm you, and on no account weep or keen for me. Let the enemy be warned of my death."
That's bar.
Crazy.
He said, I might be dead, but motherfucker, this is still the Empire.
I'm not dead, really.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a bar. That's a bar.
That's crazy.
That's aura right there.
What was the other one? Alexander the Great. I think this one is.
This one's contentious because I heard that. I think there's multiple sources on this one, because it's either like he's talking to his generals or splitting it up, or he's like sad, and then the guys. Then after he dies, they all split it up, and that's where all the conflict arises.
All right. Well, his aren't that cool.
Yeah, no. I told you, his isn't a panic.
Again, this is.
He was not ready to die.
This is. I've just been looking at whatever the top search is. Yeah. I'm not doing a lot of research. Yeah. This just says his last words are to the strongest. That's it. That's all he says.
To the strongest. I think that's in response to what the generals wanted. But I know that one's contentious. There's a little bit debate on that one.
I guess that goes with the idea that like people mostly don't know what their last words are going to be.
Yeah.
So my last words could be like, this is where the idea came from. I was just driving. I'm remembering why this made me laugh. Because I was driving on the freeway and some truck behind me, the way that their truck looked like Freddy Fazbear. So I like for some reason, my you know how the brain,
your last words were Freddy Fazbear.
My last words, if I were to have gotten into a car crash right then, just head-on collision, my last words would have been, "Is that Freddy Fazbear?" or.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Those would have been the last words I ever spoke.
Orale.
So truly,
true poet over here.
True poet. So if there was any way that your phones could figure out what you said, or government, if you have the records of people's words at all times, and you could have a record of everybody's last words in the modern era, then they could have looked back on my logs, and my family would have been like, "What were Caleb's last words?" And it would have been, "Is that Freddy Fazbear?" Or.
That would have been fucking insane.
Insane last words.
I think it's so morbid to think about it because no one knows. No one knows what your last words are.
And like I said, that's why most people's is most likely, "Okay, bye, see you later." And then car crash. Or one exclusive to America, I'm certain. "Have a good day at school, honey." That was probably the last words that they hear before.
Yeah. Fuck. That one's dark. Jesus Christ. Ugh.
Well, I mean, this isn't going to be a happy episode.
Clearly not. It's
people
spoopy
dying.
month. It's spoopy month.
People indeed dying.
It's a thing. I don't know. It's just so. It's crazy.
Should we look at haunting last words?
I was gonna say, hold on. Before that one, what is Napoleon's last words?
Good question. Boner part. Last
Boner part.
words. I don't. His last words were apparently François.
Translated into English, please.
Reflecting his deep connections to his country, military, and first wife.
Oh,
But not his second wife, I suppose.
Don't shower for the next
Don't
week.
shower.
That fucking letter is funny. Really?
That is crazy. I forgot about that letter.
Don't shower.
Don't shower.
I wonder what happened to his first wife. What happened to his first wife? Did she die?
I don't know.
She probably died.
Probably if he was talking about his
First wife. He probably liked her.
wife.
Second wife was just for sex. No one the type of guy.
Well, I don't know what that means in English because I can't find any translation for that.
Interesting.
Napoleon's true story. How did he really die? Who cares?
He did a few things.
Who knows? Who cares?
Haunting last words, though. That's a good one.
Haunting last words.
I guess on last words, the Zodiac Killer. Some of the few that did that. What? I know there's a few. No, at least before they thought about the original guy. No. Because everyone's like, "I'm the Zodiac Killer." So okay, to go on that point, because there's other Zodiac killers that confessed on their bed. They were just lying on their last fucking whim. It's crazy.
Lying.
It's crazy.
Just
admitting to a murder you didn't commit as your last words has to be the biggest.
That's insane.
You're just wanting to cause problems after that. So it's wild.
Probably
the ego on some people. The ego.
These old guys just being like, I don't know how to mess with them one last time.
I killed 45 people.
I'm the Zodiac Killer.
That's so fucking crazy.
Like, why? Genuinely, for what reason? Why would you lie about that when you're about to die?
For the fucking meme, man.
Like,
for the meme.
Like, do you just hate your family? Because they're not gonna, like, if you are actually the Zodiac Killer, like, people probably won't treat your family very well.
Yeah, no, they're assholes.
If you're a notorious murderer, that's like being on your deathbed and being like,
oh, you know what this reminds me of?
I'm actually Epstein.
Oh, Jeffrey Epstein's last words would go fucking crazy.
Do we even know what they were?
Fuck no, fucking just hang. They're not gonna. Here's another thing. Going back to the political stuff, we're not gonna know about Epstein until after this administration. Yeah. Somebody will officially release those documents, probably, sadly, 4 years from now, somebody will have them. They're on a hard drive somewhere.
Well, they definitely have them.
Yeah,
it's just
someone's gonna drop them, and then it's just gonna be like, oh God.
Oh, it's all awful.
Yeah, it's Jesus.
Yeah. Anyway, haunting last words.
No. That reminds me of Etika doing this on stream, looking up like guys who died of the death penalty.
Ooh, that one was good. So we have 30 doctors and nurses reveal the creepiest last words uttered by their patients.
Okay.
We have 17 last words doctors heard from patients. Or we have haunting last words of celebrities.
Let's do celebrities. I feel like celebrities have got some good ones in there.
Gotta have some good ones.
Yeah.
So at the very end of Frank Sinatra's long storied life, his last words were few: lying weak and ailing in a Los Angeles hospital bed, his body failing after a heart attack. One of several the 82-year-old had suffered by the date of his death in May 14th, 1998. Sinatra said, "I'm losing." Those were his last words.
God, that sucks.
That's sad.
Because of how to have a heart attack constantly like that. I'm losing. That's minus aura right there.
That's minus aura.
You should have said. It should have been like, damn. I'm going. I'm losing is crazy.
They have Steve Jobs on here. I wonder if they have his actual quote, because his last words were technically
a text,
an email. I guess this is what they say. His last words. The last words from Steve Jobs, as heard by his relatives before he died, was, "Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow," and then he died.
Okay, well, I want to know the email.
The email was kind of crazy. Steve.
There's demons in Apple. They're trying to consume us, all of our souls. Is it that?
No, it's like. It's interesting. It's an interesting one.
Let me hear it. I want to hear it. Steve Jobs' last email, I would assume.
Oh my God. Can I get something that doesn't give me 50,000 ads? Okay, here it is. This is from Steve Jobs, sjobs@apple.com, to Steve Jobs, sjobs@apple.com. The day before he died, Thursday, September 2nd, 2010, at 11:08 p.m. I grow little of the food I eat, and of the little I do grow. I did not breed or perfect the seeds. I do not make any of my own clothing. I speak a language I did not invent or refine. I did not discover the mathematics I use. I am protected by freedoms and laws I did not conceive of or legislate, and do not enforce or adjudicate. I am moved by music I did not create myself. When I needed medical attention, I was helpless to help myself survive. I did not invent the transistor, the microprocessor, object-oriented programming, or most of the technology I work with. I love and admire my species, living and dead. I am totally dependent on them for my life and well-being. Sent from my iPad.
That is very profound.
That's a very profound.
I can't tell if he's sad. Message. Oh God, I can't tell if he's sad that he's mad that he didn't make everything because he was a notorious asshole.
Yeah.
Or he's now coming on his deathbed realizing shit.
Just accepting how
little he actually contributed to society. Other than the iPhone, he didn't invent.
To give him the benefit of the doubt, it sounds almost like that, like the latter, that he's just then realizing.
Oh my God.
How basically a drop in the water what he has done actually is.
That's crazy.
That basically none of what his accomplishments are something that was nothing of his own.
Yeah, no, I think there's history about it, and
plus it's the first time I think we've ever heard of one of these crazy rich people genuinely saying that his existence is due to the fact of other people. That all the people who buy his products are the reason why he's even where he's at.
You know what, too, on that? I think there is some documentaries about him, but it genuinely does seem like the only reason he got so far as he did is he just kind of did all the heavy, like, stock market lifting. Like, it just seems so weird. And I guess, you know, the last email kind of makes me a little bit, like, think a lot harder, because it's all like, so the guy who made Apple, one of the first $1 trillion companies or whatever, right? It didn't really amount to anything. Makes me go, damn. So then what do I do to amount to something in the grand scheme of things?
Yeah.
Because I think about that and I look back at music. I don't know why my brain went to music. And I thought about Pink Floyd. I thought about Led Zeppelin. I thought about Alice in Chains for a little couple seconds. Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne. I'm just all like, it really does seem like the pursuit of art really is probably the best thing in life. Like, to make something, like really make something, is probably the best way to live. Because look at that quote. He just comes to his mortality of like, the only thing I did was the fucking iPad. And what does the iPad amount to? There's so much bullshit against the iPad. It's crazy. Everyone's like, kids are on it too much. Our attention spans have gotten bad. Like, it wasn't even like a net positive what he did. Like, half the stuff he says in that, the legislation, the medical advice, all the other things he said, it's like those things like are helping him in his final moments. And it's just like, the only thing this fucking iPad did was send an email to my coworkers.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, damn. I wonder to be a fly in the room, or to be a fly in his mind, to say to find out what he last said to himself. Just to know the last realization. Thought? Yeah, to know the last realization.
What made him say, "Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow"?
Yeah, because I think because how the timeline looks, it's like he emailed that, and now he's just like, fuck. How did he die again? Was it like cancer or something?
Cancer, yeah.
Damn. That's crazy.
It was cancer, and he was trying, I think, a water diet at the same time, if I remember.
Yeah, probably.
Basically, his health just dipped.
No, that's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah. And I was just scrolling through some of the other ones on the celebrity list, and they just get progressively more sad.
Continue.
We're in spooky month.
Yeah.
I want spooky ones.
Yeah.
We're going 17 haunting last words doctors heard from patients on BuzzFeed.
Okay, go. Ryan and Shane probably made one of these.
Ooh. That's right. They were BuzzFeed. Okay. Here's one. A family friend had a very young niece who was dying from cancer.
Oh, R.I.P.
We're going sad again.
We're going sad.
Her parents were there to comfort her in her final hours. And one of the last things she said was, "How do I die?" That's crazy.
How do I die?
That's sad. That is so sad.
How do I die?
How do I die? Was she like trying to ask like, how does death work, or is she like, I want to die? How do I get there?
Or how do I stop it? You know, yeah. I also read it like that. That is depressing.
That's so sad. Oof. All right, here's the next one. It wasn't words, but the most haunting death was a patient who was DNR, do not resuscitate.
Oh, goof.
Through her and her family's wishes. She was losing her battle, and her family wasn't there. She was getting frantic and looked around and half sitting up in bed. And a nurse with more experience than me took her hand and calmly said, "It's okay. You're not alone. We're right here with you. It's okay to leave." The patient immediately calmed, put her head back on the pillow, and died.
I don't ever get that one. I always hated the DNR fucking clause. Like some people have, it's like, Really? Just to give up.
Yeah.
Not part of my will.
All right, here's number 3.
Oh, but we can't do the death penalty, but sure, when somebody says they want to die, they can die. Sure.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
All right, number 3. I'm a nurse and was working in a hospital caring for a 40-ish man with a brain tumor.
Oofies.
Coming in and out of consciousness.
Oof.
Not to be resuscitated.
Oof.
His 16-year-old daughter was crying nonstop for 12 hours. His wife, who had been given a few months to prepare herself, was calm and focused on her husband. I had to routinely check his level of consciousness, which involved talking to him in a loud voice, responding to authority stimulation, which I wouldn't say I like to do. So I asked his wife to do the loud voice part so the voice he would hear would be hers, not mine. And she did so without hesitation. The only response we observed was her vocalization. Was that this by now profoundly unconscious patient took her hand to his lips and kissed it. He stopped breathing very soon after that.
Damn.
Dang.
That was a powerful emotion, powerful drug.
All right. This one, number 4. The last words are thank you from a little old man with stage 4 lung cancer. He had no family, so I stayed after my shift ended. He just didn't want to die alone, and I refused to let it happen. I don't know why.
That's a bar right there.
But it makes me cry when I think of it.
Dang. That's a bar right there. Shout out to that guy.
Shout out to that guy. Absolutely.
Real. To die alone, that's my fear. I do not want to die alone. I want somebody in the room with me, man. There's no way. Like, even a dog at that point. Like, shit, twin. There's no way.
No Arthur Morgan death for you.
Fuck. Arthur dies tragically. He dies on a... Going back to the Arthur thing of Red Dead, he dies on a mountain alone, and his No, it is recovered because I forgot what the Indian guy's name is. He goes back and buries it. He tells John. He dies alone. He dies with Micah.
The people, the guy who betrayed him, and the person who led to his own, who directly caused his death.
Yeah, it just dies up there by himself.
Yeah,
some of the craziest shit ever.
Very sad.
Sad, man, to die alone like that.
Yeah,
died alone fighting. Never was like heavily injured. He died because his own body couldn't handle the sickness. I think his death is sadder than John's. John's is that one's so messed up. Just like, I did everything for you. I got rid of my original gang. I'm clearly a productive member of society. The Pinkertons. Yeah, we're still gonna kill you.
Well, you're dead either way.
Yeah.
Doesn't his son go on to kill them?
I fucking love. Oh my god, the ending in Red Dead 1 is kind of cool. Even though it's like really fucked up if you think about it, because John is about to enter like one of the craziest periods in American history, because he goes back with World War I and II, and apparently there's an Easter egg where John might live to them. Like, John sees everything. He sees World War I and II. No, he sees the rise of the USSR, the fall of the USSR.
John or Jack?
Jack, my bad. Jack, because they both sound very similar. Jack sees the rise and fall of the USSR. He dies in like 1999 or something like that. And 2 world wars, Vietnam, the Cold War. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, Jack. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit. And like the way he gets his lick back is like, hey, you're fishing. It's like, or whoever he's talking to is like, who are you? It's like, my name is Jack Marston. Fucking bow. I'm like, damn.
Love it. Love to see it.
Yeah. My name is Jack Marston. I want Red Dead 3 to just be him. I really wouldn't. While I like cowboys, I do want to see where Jack ends up in life. Just to see like what that trauma with the end of the cowboy age is actually really like. But anyway, aside from the video game point, continue on with all these sad quotes.
We're getting close to the end of the episode here, but I'll read this one because it looks like This one's a scary one.
Okay. I see ghosts.
This last word is, you tell that man to get out of here right now, she screamed while staring behind me, eyes sharp and focused on something. Me in the middle of the night while I was working in the haunted hall all by myself. You know how many times that like
people see things?
People see things right before they die?
It's weird. It is genuinely weird.
Also, those were her last words before she died.
I do wonder, because I have been listening to Tool as of late and getting into like that band, and to hear what the mind does on a high is very fascinating. Shrooms, LSD, DMT. Weed doesn't do that. You have to take a lot of weed to have a hallucinogenic experience. Like, it's a crazy amount. But to be on the high of death, no little oxygen to the body, you're dealing with your mortality on a level you've never felt it ever. Mm-hmm. Could you be reaching a higher plane of existence? God only knows. But to see something, and it might not even be a good thing, that's fucking crazy. It might not be entirely relevant to the whole conversation, but me being, of course, into Warhammer pretty heavily right now. I finished my second mini. It's taken so many goddamn months. I got like 18 more to go, and I want more. But to think about like the warp or like a higher space with horrors beyond your comprehension, just existing, feeding on your emotions, to be on the doorstep of death would be crazy. Just like to see a nurse and just to see that there's something behind her, like a Nurgle demon or chaos adjacent. That would be crazy. Like the fear of like just dying and it actually just getting worse. Like it's not even like an angel or like
nothing comforting. You actually see
you don't see Michael, your guardian angel, like
not a family member that's passed who's come to pick you up,
like an old dog.
Because that's what a lot of people see. They see family members right before they die.
The brain wants to comfort you,
but no, your brain says
a Nurgle demon.
You're the straight up demon.
Maybe is that the litmus test on how good your life has lived?
Maybe.
Like, good thing you'll see friends and family, the deer, and like. But if it's actual like you've lived a terrible life, it's just chaos, like chaos just demons.
Horrible, awful things appear to you right before you die.
Jesus, bro.
Honestly, that'd be one heck of a way for.
I don't want chaos demons
for a morality check at the very end of your life. Is all right. Let's see if you got the good ending or the bad ending.
I do have to ask you a question. This is gonna be the last question because we are an hour in. When you die, or when you're on death's door, you got gray hair, you've had your family, you've done the run, right? Knowing you, or at least trying to know you, you're not a highly religious man, but would you get prayed over by a priest?
Because I'd really need to.
Well, I'm just saying, would you though? Just like
no.
At the very end, cover your bases. I'm just curious. No, not at all.
No, I don't feel like it's necessary.
Okay, see, damn, I thought you would have been like. Maybe, but you hit me with no. Damn, I don't know. I don't know how I would do it.
Like, if I'm gonna go, I'm just gonna go.
See where we go.
Like, yeah, at that point, I'd hope I'm already all right with the maker, and I wouldn't need anything else. Like, if I were to die right now, just. I think I'm good enough.
I've had some moments where I've greened out. You gotta live a little bit. Green out. I recommend this. Green out. Take a 40 milligram edible.
I'm gonna go on the opposite and say don't do that.
No, do that because you realize things. You go, oh, I'm just a massive fucking asshole. Or a pussy.
I do that without it.
True, but it puts you into perspective because I've done it accidentally. I've done it once because did not read the container. Before you ingest edibles, read the fucking container. I only thought it was 10 milligrams. No, that fucking one ice cream cone that you ate was 100 milligrams. Read your container. That's my thing. But if you do green out, know that you're not going to die. You're fine. Just drink some water. Just do some sippies. Go to sleep. But if you do want to write it out, just come to terms with certain things in your life and you go, damn. Because I greened out like twice now on accident. First time was on accident. Second time, I think I just tripped myself out. And it's just like, I think I should do better in life. Like after the fact, it kind of gives you like a sweet morality check. I like the idea that sleep is your body trying to tell you, hey, this is how death works. You don't remember the last 30 seconds before you go to sleep.
Yeah.
So this is how it works. So it's just like going on a bad trip or thinking about certain things. You go, shit, I gotta do things. Because I won't lie. I think before the age of like 19, I think I had a different personality. And definitely as of recently, just coming to terms of being, a grown man, his own aspirations, his own dreams, kind of realizing, damn, I got like what, 40, 50 years in me, possibly. And I'm just like, I gotta figure some shit out. And these are after the trips. I just go, damn. Because like I think in those moments where like, my heart's pounding, I'm like, Mom? And I'm all like, damn, I probably should do the dishes more or like hug my mom more. Because now I do that. Because I'm all like, I used to do it before, but now I do it like a purpose. I go, hi Mom, how are you doing? How was your day? And it's not just like a checklist thing. It's like a genuine care thing.
This is kind of eye-opening. I thought people just thought these thoughts naturally.
No.
I thought these are just things people thought all the time. This is constantly what's in my brain.
No. Ego. I guess your ego is different than mine. Getting into the whole of that, remember, this was all because of Tool.
There's times where I'm like, no, I can't play with Angie right now. I have other stuff I need to get done in my life. Yeah. And then like, I'm done doing those things, and like Angie went home, and I'm like, oh man, there's gonna be a day where Angie's gonna be big and grown up. And
see, this is good. So I have to going on top of that. I know we're going a little bit over the word. I guess we can, but it's like this is the one thing you always say you're a bad person. Like you always say that, like I'm an asshole. No, you're not. You talk to everybody at a party because you're gonna feel bad later about it.
Feel bad if I didn't talk to
I'm gonna tell you this right now. You are not a bad person because I think about that and I go, meh. It happens.
Maybe you're right because there's genuinely just days where I'm just like, man, maybe I really should just text this random friend that I haven't talked to in a while.
Yes. That's a thing people should do, but ego and want and need get in the way. I know I'm sounding like a massive stoner right now, but like, there's points where you feel the feeling of death, not actual death. Greening out, you'll never die on weed. The kill dosage for weed is too damn high. You'll vomit it out before. You don't even get near there. So once you feel like that, once you get an ego check, it doesn't even have to be weed. It can be a near-death experience, a traumatic event in your life. That one has a lot of tangents to it. Once you get an ego check, not an ego death. Ego death is
completely different.
That one, you got to take some serious fucking drugs to have an ego death. Or you're going to have a slow burn ego death. That one takes years to do. That's why ego death when you get high is terrible because you're having a 20 years of, oh God, in like an hour.
Done.
Yeah. That's a real, by the way. Look up the psychology of ego death on hardcore drugs. It is like, oh my God. People do this, so you learn, you do things, and it takes some people to understand that. You realize being close to death's door, or you're panicking about death, really puts into perspective what the true person you are. And I can tell you right now, me viewing you through Alex's eyes, Caleb, you're not a bad person. You've never been a bad person. You're a fucking cutie patootie. I'm sorry to say this. I don't know what edgelord thing you're doing over here, but like, I'm an asshole. No, you're not. You talk to people at parties. Like it's like, I gotta talk to Jacob. I gotta talk to Louis. I gotta talk to Amy. Bringing up random fucking people that don't exist. I gotta talk to my cousins. Caleb, a regular person doesn't do that. A regular person at a party wants to escape their trauma and get drunk with all this. You're over here with the checklist of, I gotta talk to everybody before I feel bad later.
Gotta make sure I spend a good 20 minutes talking to my aunt at the barbecue.
Yeah. Your aunt's, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Your aunt's not thinking about that. She wants to get drunk or eat this food. because it's the animal nature within her body. Because she's never greened out or had like a crazy traumatic experience where she feels that she needs to talk to everybody.
Oh,
Don't you ever realize?
Did I not play catch with my little cousins last time? Maybe I should have. Maybe I should set up Smash Brothers for the little cousins so they can have the same experience as I. That's an actual thought I had the other day.
No, that's a good one to have. But like, what's another one? Do you realize, as a young person, you don't think about this. You do because this is how you are. But do you realize when old people ask you, like, hey, you're going to come over, or hey, I want to come visit you? You know why they do that? It took a while for me to understand this, of why my grandparents want to see me so often. Because they're fucking near death's door. The ego death has not completely consumed them yet. But they're like, oh, fuck. I'm 80 or I'm 70. The average lifespan for the human is 78. I have bad knees. I have diabetes. I'm on death's door. So the ego death is happening within that like last 20 years of experience. So when you come to realize it, like when you properly do, you're okay with it, and you can die in that bed. Looking at some of those last words, if true, that lady tripping out seeing demons, she did not have an ego death at all. She didn't. And maybe she was young. Who knows? I don't know if she was really old, but like the older you are, the more you're content with it, because you know it's like, I have to like right my sins. I don't know how that was.
I always thought when you got old enough, you just said, man, I'm tired of being alive. Just take me already. That's what my grandpa told us.
It depends on the person. Some people are done with life. Some people want to, because that's ego. You don't, it's the fucked up part about it is some people are just, I'm done. I want to die. It's not, oh God, I've made mistakes. I don't want to die. There's a difference between I want to die and I want to die. It's like, or I don't want to die. So there's a massive distinction between the both of it. It just depends. Everybody has their trips differently. Some people do it through drugs. Some people just happen to by calamity and circumstance. I won't lie. After a certain event involving my uncle and him losing his uncle, his uncle, he died just a random act of calamity. Insert Wonder Review metaphor here. Just slipped off at the back of his head. One of the greatest weak point on the human body. After retiring, I've already explained the story. Like, I
think that was just a conversation between the two of us.
Yeah. I think it was. And in that moment, it made me realize things. And I think it made my uncle realize things differently, different perspectives. I just go, man, I'm just going to do shit. Like, I'm still going to continue doing YouTube. I'm going to do my own thing and just live how Alex wants to live, despite, the circumstances of the universe, getting high or just talking to friends or going to the bar, drinking a little, spend $30 on a video game on the Steam Autumn sale. It's like, what bad is this going to do to me? Because it's like, at the end of the day, looking at Steve Jobs or somebody with like cancer, it's like, it doesn't matter. You go past 78, it's like, time's clicking. It's
you only have so long.
It's like, and looking back at your grandfather, I want to die already. That's ego, but to be honest, it's like, I'm old.
And
like,
he
did
die technically already.
Yeah.
And
he got resuscitated?
He literally said that,
God damn it.
In the time that he was dead, he saw Jesus and Jesus said, bye, go back.
No.
That was like, he said it.
So he hallucinated?
He said every day since. He's like, man, like, why did Jesus send me back?
Son of a...
He could have just taken me then.
Yeah. People go through those trips, and there are cases where people... It's weird. Do you know the brain naturally produces DMT? Did you know that?
I think that sounds like something that is filed in my brain.
Yeah. The brain will naturally produce DMT, I think, near death or something like that. There's been cases of it where they record it. It's like, dude, you're tripping. You're going through something right now. Of course, it's like at a super low dosage. It's not the shit they do in Nicaragua where they have the poison toads and they're getting it off and you're fucking seeing shit. It's like a super micro dose of it. The brain will be able to produce naturally. So it's just like people go through things right before death or when they realize their mortality. I'll be honest. I think with me, to judge a person on the content of their character is when they And when they look at the void, the oblivion, and they look at the mortality they have and go, fuck. That is when I know you're a good person or want to do better. Because a bad person doesn't look at the void and go, I'm going to keep on hating on people. No, you look at the void and go, dude, do whatever you want. Because here's a good example. You look at soldiers who serve in the military, who've actually been in active combat. For the most part, they come in conservative, they leave out liberal. They're like, do whatever you want. Drink, get high, fucking sleep around, get an STD, do whatever. Do whatever. I fought you for your freedoms, bro. I'm going to get drunk. You can get drunk with me. Because they saw death and they went, fuck this. I'm done. You see it with all these guys. Sure, they still shoot. They do their, they're military guys. They still do the military things, but they saw the Reaper on the field and said, I gotta do things differently. I have to act differently.
Gotta change my life here.
Yeah. Some of the time. In other cases,
some people don't.
I want to beat my wife.
Yeah.
It just depends.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think that's gonna do it for this week's episode.
I lowered your defense.
No.
Only physical though, so special attacks work.
Anyway, yeah, we'll continue on with Spooky Month. Come up with some good topics, and go from there.
We should. You know what we should do is the little last bit. We should look up DMT trip stories. I think that would be pretty good because people see some shit. Didn't
Aaron Rodgers take it?
He saw the Shadow Man. I don't know how he saw the Shadow Man when he was not on Tylenol.
That was. You just reminded me. I need to take my daily dose of Tylenol to
get my autism
Sonic
up
more.
Yeah. Fucking Jesus, man.
Anyway, we'll see you guys next time.
Deuces.
Peace out.